Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Today's December 24th, Christmas Eve. Let's talk about every game happened on Tuesday. Um, we got a lot of games to talk about. Almost every team played. The first game is the Wizards lost to the Charlotte Hornets. Pretty brutal game for the Washington Wizards. Uh, Nobody shot the ball well. Bilo Kalabali came back. Now, if you want him, I don't mind picking him up. And if you had Bob Carrington, he was getting huge minutes. Now it's very safe to drop him. Play just 15 minutes. Alex Sarr came back, had a big one with not a big one, just 7 points, but 11 rebounds, a steal, and 4 blocks is really good. Not much else going on. Keyshawn George had a pretty horrible one as well with 6 assists. Usually when you play the Charlotte Hornets, right, they're not known for their defense. However, I don't think Charlotte Hornets are that bad defensively this year. I think I'm starting to kind of realize that. um, I mean, it was a blowout, so the minutes were pretty low across the board. LaMelo had a great one, 23 points, 9 assists, a steal and a block. Finally, hit 4 threes. Finally, he's able to put up some numbers. Just 25 minutes here, but that's fine. Brandon Miller, 20 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, 4 threes, and 2 blocks. That's okay. Diabate started because Ryan Kalkbrenner was out. He played 36 minutes. If he played 36 minutes every night, he's a must roster. 18 rebounds and no defensive stats. But yeah, if Ryan Kalkbrenner continues to be out, it's a no-brainer. Miles Bridges, 10 points and 9 rebounds, and somehow got 9 assists as well. Miles Bridges, every single year, because LaMelo always gets hurt, so he finds himself in a nice situation. Just the 83rd ranked player this year. The biggest reason is he's only shooting 42% from the field and get 0 steals, 0.6 steals. The blocks will be higher too, right? 20 points is good, and he doesn't turn the ball over at all. And this year he's getting 4 assists a game, so he's improved in that department, but only 6 rebounds. Yeah, must roster player. I don't think he's gonna improve really, fantasy wise, on this team. Knuppel hit 5 threes, 19 points, pretty good. But the problem with him in fantasy is, he's just got to get more defensive stats. Everything else is fine. Moving on to the next game, we have the 76ers. They got their full squad, kind of. At least their big three. They still lost to the Nets at home, 114-106. Michael Porter Jr. continues to just be absolutely amazing. Took 12 threes here, 5 threes, 28 points, 2 steals. Like I said many times, the only concern with him is what are they going to do with him if, at the end of the season. So far, he hasn't really missed any games. Noah Clowney had 5 fouls, had 13 points. He needs to be rostered. Again, brought the defensive stats, 2 steals and a block with 2 threes. Clowney on the season, let's take a look at him. He's been, he needs to, 177th ranked player. It's pretty rough because he's shooting 40% from the field. 13 points, 2.3 threes. I think that's okay. Right? Most importantly, the 0.9 blocks. Not a must roster, but I would like to have him on my team. In category leagues, if I'm looking for a guy that can hit some threes and blocks, that's a pretty unique combination, right? Those unicorns and hit, 14 points is not bad. It's just you got to deal with the bad field goal. Claxton, no blocks, had 10 rebounds and 16 points is okay. And Terrence Mann, they keep starting him, but he's not really doing much. Igor had played 33 minutes, had a pretty big game with 20 points, and De'Ron Sharp came off the bench with 11 rebounds. For the 76ers, okay, you got everybody back. Paul George has been playing, honestly, not that bad. He didn't shoot the ball well here, but 2 threes, 4 steals, and 2 blocks, 7 for 8 from the free throw line, right? 19 points. Now, to me, he's still a top 40-ish type of player. And on the season, he's a 47th ranked player, despite playing just 27 minutes. Why? Because he just get a lot of steals, 1.6 steals, 2.43, 16 points, still shooting the free throw at a pretty high level, 87%. The problem with him is just, can he stay healthy? Joel Embiid had 5 fouls. Surprised he still putting up numbers, 27 points. But the rebound number is going to be low for him because he literally he can't really move that well on the court. So his rebound number is going to be pretty low this year. Otherwise, it's fine. As long as he's playing, I'm happy. Jared McCain played 39 minutes. Actually, they do have a couple guys out, like Quentin Grimes. So the 76ers, they've been very strategic with who is sitting in and sitting out. Like, if all the guys are coming in, Quentin Grimes is okay. You can get a rest. McCain played okay. 4 assists and 2 steals. He's just in a tough situation. There's so many guys on this team. He can put up numbers for sure if given the minutes. It just doesn't get the opportunity. And Tyrese Maxey had his worst game of the season, 4 steals, 13 points, and a minus 19. He really struggled here. I don't know what happened here. Versus Brooklyn, maybe they just did a great job. Brooklyn, they are a great defensive team. Or at least they try to slow down the pace and play defense. Moving on to the next one. These two teams literally played each other 2 days ago, and they scored 150 points. On 26-123, still very high-scoring game here. Kobe White had 24 points and 3 steals. That's good enough, 5 threes. Josh Giddey finally able to get more minutes here. Played 36 minutes here. That's good. Trey Jones is a very capable backup. But yeah, if Josh Giddey gets 36 minutes again, I feel much better about him. But most nights he plays like 30, sometimes even 29 minutes. 15 assists is crazy, 11 rebounds, but again, no defensive stats and has 7 turnovers. Vucevic had a great one, 21 points and 10 rebounds. Continues to just be so consistent, Mr. Consistent for the last 15 years. He's been fantasy relevant for forever. Well, back when he's a Magic, he's like a second-round player every single year, 2010, with good efficiencies and some threes. Mata's minutes were low, but let's not drop him. Just very up and down. He has some foul trouble here. For the Atlanta Hawks, they got the full squad back, and for some reason, they just cannot win with Trey. Trey's not even that bad. He's a +2. It's Nickeil Alexander-Walker and Jalen Johnson. They were minus 14 and minus 20. Apparently, Nickeil is still getting a lot of minutes. It just he still took 19 shots too. So I guess we shouldn't be dropping him yet. 21 points and 2 steals. Let's just rock with him and see what happens with his minutes. Trey, 15 assists is really good. 2 steals and 22 points. Not bad, right? He could have played better, but he's ramping up his minutes. But yeah, the Atlanta Hawks, this is going to be a conversation if they don't win games. Because the conversation is going to be Atlanta Hawks are winning games without Trey. And he came back and they lost 4 straight. Oh my goodness, they're 2-8. So they've been really struggling in their last 10 games. I did not realize that even before Trey comes back. Jalen Johnson continues to he still have 10 assists here, which is very surprising. How can you have Trey have 15 and then you have 10? So there's a lot of assists going around. But with Trey coming back, the usage has to somewhat take a hit. Still took 23 shots. So that's good. 1 for 3 from the line is a little bit concerning. Really, the only thing I'm concerned about is Jalen Johnson's free throw. Everything else is great. Moving on to the next game, we have the New Orleans Pelicans lost to the Cavaliers on the road. No surprise, but how about Derek Queen? In just 25 minutes, another big one. 7 rebounds, 5 assists, a steal, and 21 points. This is back-to-back games now. I think on Sunday, he also, I forgot which team they played, he also put up some great numbers. Zion continues to come off the bench. It's a very weird strategy. 26 points, not much else. What are you going to do? Just hope Zion play more and play more minutes and more games. Trey Murphy had 14 points and 5 assists, very mediocre. And Saddiq Bey chipped 11 points. We could still have Saddiq Bey if you're looking for points, rebounding, and some threes. All right, move on to the Cavaliers. Is there to talk about? Donovan Mitchell had an okay game, 27 points and 2 threes. Garland with 2 threes and 8 assists. This is just such an easy game. Jalen Tyson now came off the bench, had 18 points and 6 rebounds. Jalen Tyson, every once in a while, he's just going to surprise you, have a big game. He's really, really good, pretty good offensively. 18 points and 2 threes, not bad at all. Like somebody we should be monitoring if he ever starts. Sam Merrill came back, actually hit 6 threes. He could be a great 3-point streamer, and Dean Wade hit 3 threes as well. We still don't have Mobley. So Allen, I guess this game was a blowout. He also had some foul trouble. But Allen this year is they're just not playing him huge minutes, especially with Mobley healthy. So I would really try to sell him. Look at the Cavaliers roster. They just got so many guys that can come in and play him 20 minutes and do okay, right? I remember Craig Porter Jr. actually come in and did well. So it's just really their offensive system, right? They got a lot of guards. They can come in, and I remember Ty Jerome last year too. He would always go crazy, and betting Ty Jerome points over and assists over was a lot of times worked out, especially if you just go betting on him 20 plus, betting on those long shots bets. He was hitting. All right, move on to the next game. We have the Indiana Pacers lost at home to the Milwaukee Bucks. And Kevin Porter Jr., goddamn, he's just so good this year. Kevin Porter Jr. right now, he's a top 10 player. He had some hype one year when he was a starting point guard on the Rockets. But the concern with him is he doesn't shoot. He doesn't hit free throws well. So far this year, and we don't know. He went 6 for 9 here. We don't know if he's gonna remain back to the main, just shooting like high 70s. So far, he's shooting 84% on 5 attempts. But most importantly, he's getting 7.5 assists, which is amazing, and 2.4 steals is his best category. And he's also shooting 50%. So there's a lot of things with him right now. It's just it's not sustainable. It felt like both efficiency categories and the steals, right? Assist maybe. With no Giannis, really, he's gonna have the ball in his hands. And honestly, Ryan Rollins still had a big game, but it's surprisingly they have Ryan Rollins come off the bench. So in some way, he impacts Ryan Rollins as well, and he played 38 minutes. So he's really carrying the Bucks right now. Sell high for sure if you can get top. If you can get a top, if you can sell him to get Devin Booker, that's something I'll look to do for sure. There's one guy that I can think of. Other guys like Tyler Hero is always like a lot of injury concerns, right? Austin Reeves, I would do that trade too. I just don't think the reason he's ranked so high is mainly because of the efficiencies and the steals, right? 20 points and 7.5 assists. All the other guys average more than that. So, yeah, something to think about. If you can just get rid of him high. And also, who knows what's going to happen with the Bucks. If there's a trade, someone else coming. So there's just a lot of uncertainty. I would rather have somebody that I know should be better than him and also in a better situation is the number one guy, like Devin Booker. If you can trade him straight up, I would absolutely do it. AJ Green, 3-point streamer, didn't do much. It doesn't matter. They got the W. Miles Turner hit 3 threes. That's good enough. And Bobby Portis. Yeah, I wonder why they haven't played him more. 14 points, 9 rebounds is okay, and Kyle Kuzma had 15 points. Well, it doesn't matter. What matters is they got the win. Ryan Rollins still had a great one. Hopefully, they just give him more minutes, even if they have him come off the bench. Still in the block, 23 points and 2 threes, pretty good. For the Pacers, yeah, they're really cooked. And when they lose, they just lose by 30. Andrew Nembhard, 6 assists and a steal, 14 points is okay. Still a much roster. Jay Huff, 20 minutes, but 7 rebounds, 3 assists, is still in the block with 9 points. Yeah, we got to roster him. Hit 1-3 as well. They be starting Ethan Thompson if he looks for some defensive stats and some threes and some scoring, right? They gave him a lot of minutes, 2 steals and 2 blocks here. It's not bad. You just got to watch out for his efficiency. Siakam, 15 points and 9, and Benedict Mathurin also had a pretty rough one. Went 6 for 6 from the line though. TJ McConnell, 16 points and 6 assists, but they're never really going to give him huge minutes. So if there's a back-to-back, I would stream TJ McConnell. Otherwise, I would not touch him. It's just not enough minutes for him. Moving on to the next one, we have the Toronto Raptors. They really beat the Heat. 112-91. The Heat this year, they play very fast-paced, If you look at their game, their over and under is also very high, over 230, 235, almost every single game. And the Raptors, they got a lot of long and athletic athletes, so they actually present a unique challenge to a lot of teams because of their length and how they play. Scotty popped off with 27 points and 8 rebounds, not much else. Brandon Ingram didn't, when Scotty going off like that, he took just 14 field goals, 12 points. He's been very consistent, scoring over 22, 23 points every game. Emmanuel quickly, 7 for 7, he had a pretty good one, but just years of disappointment for Emmanuel quickly. This year he's been playing okay. Right after this game, let's see where he's at. Just 87th. 16 points. When you play with RJ2, you're just not gonna get them in many shots. Hopefully, he can get more assists. Right, get a 7 or 8 assists. 6.4 is still good, but not good enough. And most importantly, I mean, if he's shooting 90% from the free throw line, I think that would move up his ranks. Right, he's a really good free throw shooter. So far this year, he's only shooting 77%, and he's not getting to the line all that much either. Like this game, 7 for 7 is great. Right, he needs to do more. For the Miami Heat, not much else with the Raptors. For the Miami Heat, well, the hype sometimes. Right, Kawhi Ware had 3 good games in a row, and then he flopped here. 9 rebounds, that's fine. As long as Tyler Hero is out, they're gonna give him some minutes and usage. Davion Mitchell also struggled here. I think he remained a must roster. Norman Powell, 6 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 steals, and 17 points. Still took 17 shots in a blowout loss. Norman Powell is gonna get his numbers, especially with Tyler Hero out. Bam, 12 rebounds. Collectively, the entire Heat team, nobody really played that well. They got a lot of steals though, but they shot 26% from 3. I feel like the Heat is kind of like Pacers, or at least they just don't have too much. They don't have I guess Siakam you could consider, but he's not a superstar. Neither is Tyler Hero. So they just got a bunch of really good guys that can make decisions quickly, know what to do with the ball, right? And just run the pace. Just hopefully make a lot of quick decisions. You jump up the pace, and over a period of time, because you make better decisions, you hopefully win the game. But this level is sometimes when you run into a particular team, you just lose. You lose really, really bad because nobody can get a bucket, especially when the game slows down. The next one is crazy. The Mavericks is a huge win for the Mavs, actually. They beat Denver 130-131 at home. Jokic, of course, just ridiculous. 7 rebounds, but 5 threes, 14 assists, 4 steals, and 21 points. Sometimes it does feel unfair when you have Jokic on your team in fantasy. Especially this year, the gap between him and Wemby or Shea is absolutely huge. Like, this year. Shea is the second-ranked player. Shea is averaging more points, sure. Right, 3 more points. 3.5 points. But Jokic's 12 rebound numbers, similar threes. Jokic is averaging 12 rebounds. Shea is 4.8 rebounds. Jokic is averaging 11 assists. Shea is averaging 6.6. That's still good, but a whole 5, almost 4.5 more. Same steals, same blocks. And you look at Shea, okay, 55% from the field. But Jokic shooting 60. And of course, Shea's going to win on the free throws. But Jokic is not bad himself, 84%. So, yeah, it's just the first and the first-ranked player and second-ranked player. Just the rebound, the assist gap is absolutely huge. So, yeah. Spencer Jones still starting with Peyton Watson back. Look, if you need threes and defensive stats, you can take a look at him. Jamal Murray had a big one, but it wasn't enough. Jamal Murray has also been having a big year. I haven't really talked about him that much. He is shooting the ball really well. He's actually the 11th ranked player. His best year in fantasy so far. I just remember Jamal Murray over the years. He's always just like a top 40, top 50-ish type of player because he doesn't get you too many assists. However, this year he's averaging 7 assists and he's averaging 25 points. So a couple years removed from his bad injury, right? This year he's fully healthy. It's looking like that way. So let's see what happens in the playoffs. But Jamal Murray is having a great year in the regular season, and he doesn't turn the ball over as well. Peyton Watson struggled here, but if you want some defensive stats, he also missed the game winner shot. Yeah, in those situations, do you want Peyton Watson or you want a more better shooters out there? Because before Jokic passed it to him, he did not hit a shot. So Cameron Johnson hit 2 threes, 8 points, pretty good. Tim Hardaway Jr. hit 7 threes. He also had a big game. Of course, we can always stream him. Bruce Brown, just solid enough. He's also could be a streamer if there's a back-to-back. For the Dallas Mavericks, how about Cooper Flagg? 33 points, almost a triple-double. His points, rebound, assists here, pretty wild. 51. Hit 4 threes, streaming a block. Yeah, so every once in a while, versus certain matchups, he just goes off. Anthony Davis also. I mean, Denver, especially Jokic, it's expected AD just have a big game because just give him a lot of mid-range shots. Like they're more than happy to just let those guys take those shots, and they'll take it. 3 steals, 4 assists, 9 rebounds. But AD was only a +3, while Ryan Nembhard is a +24. Just like his brother, 7 assists, 11 points. If you're looking for some threes, some points, and some assists, especially assists, sure, grab him. And they started Jaden Hardy. So Mavericks are getting creative with their lineups, with guys coming in and out. They just don't trust D'Lo, which is fair. Hit 3 threes, so he's not fantasy relevant. RJ Marshall, super consistent, getting the points, 15 points every game with 2 threes. Moving on to the next game, we have the Timberwolves. Well, this is Randall versus Cat. They swap teams, and with no Jalen Brunson, Cat plays just 34 minutes. He fouled out in typical Cat fashion. Otherwise, who knows? He could have went for 50 or 45. 40 points, 13 rebounds is pretty good. 3 threes, not bad. But he just really he got to learn how not to foul. How about Tyler Kolek? 31 minutes in place of Jalen Brunson. Now we know. Next time, he's a must. We got to stream this guy. Or bet his points plus rebound plus assists over, something like that. 11 rebound, 8 assists, 3 steals, 20 points. I think that maybe surprised a few people. We know he's good, but again, he's a -8, 2 threes. But Timo was a great defensive team, so the fact that he able to put up, he also took 22 shots, so he must be open a lot of the times too. Mikal Bridges, 15 points, really empty, no defensive stats. He's fallen off last couple games. He's still the 13th ranked player on the season, averaging 1.7 steals and a block, but nothing here. It's okay. And Josh Hart played just 42 minutes with OG out. Every year he finds a way. 15 rebounds is huge. 8 assists with 2 steals. Every year he finds a way. Mitchell Robinson, 6 offensive rebounds is great. Versus Rudy, 1 steal and 2 blocks. If he starts, yeah, definitely could be a streamer. But I think Jalen Brunson is going to be back. This is just a rest game. For the Timberwolves, Rudy Gobert, oh my goodness. He's been popping off every single game. Playing super, super well, Rudy. He's a guy that, just a 116th ranked player. But so far, like 11 rebounds and 1.5 blocks with 73% from the field is pretty good. Yeah, like the free throw is obviously a huge concern. If it wasn't for the free throw, he'd be top 80, top 90. So you got to pump free throws with him. But yeah, 2 steals here, 3 blocks here, pretty good. 16 rebounds, very impressive stuff from Rudy out lately. Dante also been playing really well, 8 assists with 2 steals and 3 threes, 11 points. And they started Mike Conley because Jaden McDaniels was out. I don't think he's really fantasy relevant. Randall had 25 points. Not a bad game from Randall. He's been struggling, especially with the efficiency. And, Ant-Man goes for 38 points, 4 steals and block, 4 threes. Anthony Edwards this year, I think since he came back from his injury, he's been up and down. Like he'll have really good game and then kind of take a step back. So far he's averaging 29 points, 17th ranked player in 9 category leagues. Not bad at all, to be honest with you. Just hope maybe he can get you some more assists, 3.8. Right? Maybe he needs to learn how to play make better. But everything else is fine. 81% from the free throw line could also improve a little bit. Otherwise, 17th ranked is pretty good for Anthony Edwards. Historically, he's never really that top 10 guy because the efficiency issues, especially with his free throws. He's really got to work on that. He's a great shooter, so free throws should be high 80s, you know. Moving on to the next game. Wow, this is the big game. The Oklahoma City Thunder. A couple of games ago, they were like 23-1, 22-1. And their last 5 games, they lost a bunch of games, twice to the Spurs, and I think they play Spurs again very, very soon. It kind of tells us Shea was a minus 17, 33 points. It's not Shea's fault, I guess. You know, it's not like they didn't shoot the ball well. It's just they could not play. They had a lot of turnovers. That's one. 13 turnovers. It's okay. It's just Spurs. I feel like they just better. I mean, nobody's like Shea on the Spurs, but physically it felt like the Spurs just younger and more athletic, and they play harder. So maybe just a bad matchup. When you have right their perimeter defense, yeah, all these guys, Caruso, Lou Dort, yeah, maybe you can bully around some older guys or less physically gifted guys, but then you have De'Aaron Fox, who's super fast, who struggled, by the way. Castle, right, probably more athletic than anybody on the Thunder, and then you also have Dylan Harper, right, all these big, strong guards. Devin Vassell also, Harrison Barnes, right. So maybe just a bad matchup for them. We'll see. And Chet Holmgren, of course, every time he plays Wemby, he struggles in a big way, big way, because Wemby protect the paint so well. Jalen Williams. You know, a kind of an issue with some of the Thunder guys is Jalen Williams outside shooting needs to improve. 8 assists, 2 steals. Fantasy-wise, it's still he still needs to have a big game. He hasn't had that yet. Waiting for that. Isaiah Hartenstein just shut everything down inside. Had 5 fouls, 12 rebounds, nothing else. Right? They really struggle with Wemby and length too. Luke Cornett is not short. He's a big dude. So physically, they cannot overpower them. So then it kind of like a lot of things kind of fall apart on the other end if they cannot create those turnovers. For the Spurs, they just have Wemby come off the bench. And Wemby had no blocks. There's a reason, because nobody's coming inside. Keldon Johnson had a big game off the bench too. But you know, you look at De'Aaron Fox, didn't have a best game, but have 9 assists and he's a plus 18. Stephon Castle, 24 points. Harrison Barnes chipped in 20. Devin Vassell, so kind of a like team effort. Everybody chipped in. Nobody really had a big one. But OKC just cannot stop the Spurs. Look at the shooting percentage, 57%. So that's OKC's biggest strength, really, is his defense. Turning defense into offense. So we'll see what happens. They play each other again in I think on Thursday, right? Yeah, at 2:30. This time is in OKC, so let's see. If the Spurs beat OKC again, that's really telling about OKC. Because the first game, NBA Cup, was close. This game was not close. So, yeah, I'm excited to see that one. But speaking of fantasy, like Wemby, it's frustrating to own him right now. I would really try to buy low for Wemby. And come on, he should be number 2 guy. So if I got Kevin Porter Jr., if I got Jalen Johnson, I'll be trying for those 2-for-1s. Like, I would throw in another top 30 player to see if they bite. Pretty high on Wemby. It's just the injury risk is there. But before you know it, when he plays on bad team, 35 points, 18 rebound with 10 stocks. These type of games are gonna come. All right, move on to the next game. We have so many games. We have the Lakers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Still got 5 more games. We got the Lakers. They lost to Phoenix. Yeah, they have Austin Reeves came off the bench. Luka, he is out. Luka is a little bit injury prone, to be honest with you, compared to like the top guys like Jokic or Shea. Pretty injury prone, Luka. over the years too. LeBron, 23 points, 3 threes. Minutes were pretty low. They started Nick Smith Jr. too. Um, Marcus Smart hit 4 threes, 14 points. Yeah, Lakers are kind of banged up, just a little bit banged up right now. Austin Reeves came off the bench, had 4 fouls as well. Just a bad game. Ayton came back, actually. Had 10 rebounds and 3 steals. Ayton has been pretty good this year. He's a little bit more locked in, so that's good. 55th ranked player. So, happy with him overall. For Phoenix, because this is a blowout, the minutes were low across the board. But Gillespie need to be rostered. He has been starting. We don't know if this is going to be the trend moving forward, but he's playing really, really well. He earned his minutes. I know Allen being out, and of course Jalen Gray, but yeah, 4 threes, 8 assists, 3 steals, 4 rebounds. He's earned his minutes. Great. And I think maybe Devin Booker playing next to him is really kind of helped Devin Booker too. Now you got another guy that can handle the ball, right? Can be another threat, can run the offense. Devin Booker, 11 assists, 2 steals, 21 points, and he shot the ball okay too. So maybe that's a secret. He needs another guy like that by his side. Dylan Brooks, 25 points and absolutely nothing else. 3 threes. Okay, Mark Williams had 9 rebounds and 2 blocks, just kind of doing his thing. But another win by Phoenix. Sounds this year, sometimes it is like more is less. When you had KD and Bradley Beal last year, they were pretty horrible. And now you look at them, Phoenix, they're not like the best team in the West, but they're 16 and 13. They're competitive every single night. They've been struggling a little bit lately, but, yeah, they're going to make the playoffs if they keep this up. Moving on to the next game, we have the Utah Jazz lost to the Grizzlies. And how about Santi Aldama? My goodness. Okay. I don't know if this is no secret. Santi Aldama is really good offensively. He can score a lot, but he doesn't have a point guard before Cam Spencer. Because you have guys ball hogging, not really know what to do. Cam Spencer started right off the bat, 13 assists right away. He's a must roster without a question. We know if Ja is starting, right? Maybe they don't start Cam Spencer, but he's also earned the minutes, right? He's also earned the minutes. 2 threes, a super great shooter, and apparently he can run the offense really well too. Santi Aldama, 37 points and 7 threes, that's one thing, but also 7 assists. I feel like Santi Aldama also earned the minutes. If I were the Grizzlies coach, I would give those 2 guys more minutes. I would let them have the ball more. I would not let Jaren Jackson Jr. run ISO plays outside the 3-point line. Jaren Jackson's job should be easy. Catch and shoot, right? Maybe do 1 or 2 post-up this game and play defense. Right? Otherwise, don't try to do too much offensively. He still looks very, very raw, Jaren Jackson Jr., even though he's been in the league for a long time. Jalen Wells had 4 steals and block, and Gigi Jackson started. Also had a good game. So yeah, all these guys we could stream them in the short term. And Jack Landale came off the bench, plays just 20 minutes. So yeah, we don't know what's going to happen with Ja, but for now, yeah, Cam Spencer absolutely must roster, and Santi Aldama too. He's just been too hard to not roster him. For the Jazz, Filipowski, 25 points, 13 rebounds, great. With Laurie is out, and with Nurkic out, we gotta go with Filipowski. And I think as we get to the end of the season, he could be a really, really good fantasy player. Give him some time. He's kind of there are a lot of wide centers like that. I think Kelly Olynyk a couple years ago, right? Because they can give you rebound, they can pass, they can shoot the 3, they can get steals too, they can get blocks, right? Fairly efficient too, from the field and from the free throw line. Super, super good in 9 category leagues. So yeah, I'm waiting for them to just give him 35 minutes a night. Keontae George still had a decent game, 24 points, 4 threes. Ace Bailey had 3 threes. But yeah, they also been starting Kevin Love too. So yeah. But for this team, it's all about player development, which is why Lauri Markkanen, right? That's a concern. The next game is the. How about Anthony Black? Oh my goodness, they beat the Blazers. Another guy who's really earned his minutes too. I think with Jalen Suggs back, they're gonna start Jalen Suggs, but they gotta give Anthony Black more minutes. He's a plus 10, 4 threes, took 21 shots. That's the right move. That's the right move. Do not let Banchero take 20, goes like 9 for 25 again. Banchero's just not good at the time. Maybe maybe he's hurt. Maybe he needs some time. But when you watch him play, he's not good right now. Desmond Bane hit 4 threes, 3 steals. Yeah, Desmond Bane great. If anything, I think Desmond Bane needs to shoot more threes. Anthony Black hit 4 threes as well, and Tyus Jones had 7 assists and a steal. Big win for the Magic on the road. The Blazers team, they're no Mickey Mouse team this year. Even though they're the 10th seed, they're like somewhat okay on the road. At home. For the Blazers, Donovan Killigan still big game, 14 rebounds, still in 2 blocks. Happy with that. Shaedon Sharpe took 18 shots in 26 minutes, typical fashion, 22 points and 2 steals. Chris Murray, I think we just gotta go with him, roster him. He doesn't get a huge amount of usage, but rebound, assists, blocks, steals, right? The peripheral. Maybe not a lot of assists. I meant like the defensive stats and rebound, hit some threes. Tamani Kamara had 2 steals and 10 points. And Danny Advia took too many shots, 25 points. 25 shots. Still, the numbers look really good for Danny Advia. And Caleb Love. Yeah, it's just so hard with all the Blazer young guys. You just don't know who is going to get minutes from time to time. And Holiday has been out too. Oh, we have Hanson Young playing 8 minutes. He's super raw right now. But again, it's like big man that can shoot and can pass, right? In category leagues, they're gonna be super good. Moving on to the next one, we have Detroit Pistons. They beat the Kings. They scored 136 points on them. They don't play any defense. 136, 127. Cade Cunningham, 23 points, 14 assists, 5 steals. Big game from him. But of course, he's going to have 9 turnovers. Jalen Duren, another big game with 13 rebounds, 23 points, and 2 threes. It's versus the Kings, so it's expected. Everybody has a good one. Oscar Thompson, you see no defense being played here. 19 points and no defensive stats, and Tobias Harris chipped in 24. Duncan Robinson only got 9 points, hit 3 threes. Could be a really good 3-point streamer. And this team, they also have Isaiah Stewart. If you need blocks, he's the guy you stream. He can hit some threes as well. Had 16 points in 21 minutes. And I'm interested in seeing what they're really gonna do with Jaden Ivey. Right? Yeah, he was a starter before he got hurt. But it just feels like Duncan Robinson fits with the starting lineup better. It just feels that way. Because really, Cade Cunningham is gonna have the ball in his hands all the time. So Duncan Robinson just fits way better. That doesn't mean Duncan Robinson is a better player, but just a better fit with the starting lineup. For the Kings, they had a big win over the Rockets. But Russell Westbrook, 27 points, he's a must roster, 4 threes. But wasn't enough. DeMar DeRozan played 41 minutes with no Zach LaVine. If you can sell DeMar DeRozan right now for a top 50 player, I would. The Kings really they're gonna suck, right? They've been sucking already. They might just start resting some of these guys. DeMar DeRozan actually forgot about being top 50. He's the 36th ranked player because the crazy efficiency and low turnovers. I would, if I can get a top 35 player or top 40 player for DeRozan, I would absolutely do it. I would not think twice. I'm looking at the names, the guys that's ranked lower than him right now. Zach Edey, Franz Wagner, right? Even Keegan Murray, right? His teammate. Alex Sarr. All these guys, I'm willing to sell them to get DeMar DeRozan, to trade away DeMar DeRozan. A lot of it is just incredible efficiency, which I don't know if it's going to last, and 1.4 steals. In the rookie, Reynard, 23 points. Like we could definitely roster him. He's a solid player. But they only gave him 22 minutes. Precious Chua had a decent one. If they continue to start him and need some rebound and defensive stats, we could also look at him. And Keegan Murray, we were just talking about him. Why he only got 20 minutes? Not 100% sure. Oh, he got hurt. So, yeah. Shooter now only got 20 minutes. That's why Shooter, look, if there's a opportunity to sell him, I absolutely would. He's, I think, almost droppable, to be honest with you. Let's talk about last game of the night. There's so many games. And how about the Clippers? I think Ty Lue came out and said, okay, we're going to go 35 and 20. Maybe he's not playing around. The Clippers now, they're going to lock in and play defense. They're going to play with effort. Rockets, they're a decent team. Amen Thompson, 5 assists, 2 steals, and 9 rebounds, but he was about minus 15. Şengün was a minus 9. The numbers look really pretty for Şengün, though. 11 rebounds, 6 being offensive, 7 assists, 2 steals, and block. KD, in fantasy, 22 points is okay. 2 blocks is really good, but just nothing else. Especially when the defense just take the ball out of your hands, which it happens a lot because the rest of the Rockets, honestly, if you don't have Reece Shepherd, the rest of the guys are kind of challenged offensively. So, yeah, KD just had to get rid of the ball a lot of the times. So he's not going to get those assists because, he probably doesn't have a lot of hockey assists. Yeah. Pretty rough game for the Rockets. Jabari Smith hit 4 threes, 16 points. And Reece Shepherd. I know it's tough right now, but I would just still hold on to him. He's going to have big games. But most nights, right, probably look like this, but I just want to hold him for the upside. And maybe it never comes this year, but in specific matchups, I think they got to play him more just to alleviate pressure. KD, I don't know how bad of a defender he is because I'm sure when he's on the court, they go at him every single time. But offensively, I think the team would be just so much better with him and KD. For the LA Clippers, Kawhi. 36 minutes, they're not playing around now. Kawhi has 41 points, 4 threes. John Collins. John Collins, he played better. Maybe, right, with no Zubac, and when you play with Brook Lopez, the paint opens up. Maybe that helps with Harden. Harden loves to have those dump passes to Zubac. But then Clippers can go small more. Maybe that helps with their team. John Collins needs to be rostered, I think. Especially if he's locked in. 17 points, 3 threes, didn't really miss any shots. 3 for 3 from the 3, 2 steals and 2 blocks. And Brook Lopez had 2 blocks. Yeah, if you need threes and blocks in the short term, let's stream him. Chris Dunn also did his job. Hit 3 threes, and James Harden got to the line 13 times, 29 points. Yeah, just all around. They also shot the 3 super, super well to win this game. But you gotta do whatever it takes. That's it, guys. I'll see you tomorrow.